Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned for the second ever Monster Truck Havoc Superstar Challenge, where you have two teams and they're going up against each other in two competitions, battling for a points championship. There's the captain of Team Ice, Charles Stevens in Radiator. He will be going up against Caden Wilson in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. This is going to be an insane competition because the captains of both teams are the biggest rivals we've ever had on the track, and we have some of the biggest names that have ever raced on the Monster Truck Havoc course out here tonight. So without further ado, let's meet the competitors for the Superstar Challenge. To start off, we have Rainbow X in the Amazing Spider-Man, Aiden Richards in Horsepower, Matt Cheever in Grave Digger the Legend, James Wilson in Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog, Spanky in Monster Mutt, Anna Blank in Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Ryan Davis in Earthshaker, and of course the captain, Caden Wilson, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. For Ice, Overkill Evolution, Cyclops Hobbies, Gravedigger, Nugget, Maximum Destruction, Peanut, Alex Richards in Zombie, Spooky in Megalodon, Jevin Woodrow in Swamp Thing, and of course, the captain of Team Ice, Charles Stevens in Radiator. And here's the bracket. Rottweiler takes on Horsepower, Megalodon, Earthshaker, Monster Mutts go at it, Zombie, Maximum Destruction, Gravedigger, Overkill Evolution, Gravedigger the Legend, Dalmatian, Spider-Man, Avenger, and Swamp Thing will end it out facing Radiator. We've got some heavy hit-ups here. Of course, we got a bunch of team versus team matchups, and this is our first one. We got Caden Wilson and Monster Mutt Rottweiler will take on Aiden Richards in Horsepower. And of course, last year, Caden did not have the greatest of luck at the Superstar Challenge, but Aiden is one of the hottest competitors in the game as of now, and it's going to be close, but Aiden's going to take up the win against his own team captain, and the curse for Superstar Challenge will continue for Caden Wilson, of course, not being able to break it out of round one. If I'm remembering right, he did not make it out of round one last year either. So, you can see it's very unfortunate for the team captain, but still Fire will have another truck to advance on to the next round. And yes, that being Aiden Richards in Horsepower will advance on to round two. It's a shame we won't be able to see any more of that Rottweiler Fire Mercury body, but Horsepower will advance to round two here tonight, and Caden Wilson will go to the trailer. In our next round one matchup, Ryan Davis and Earthshaker will take on Spooky in Megalodon, and we finally have a Fire and Ice matchup in round one. So, both drivers are ready. Let's go green. As they both come down, it's going to be close, and Spooky just rolls himself over. And I don't even know who won. That was a close one. Earthshaker is the only one still on all four of his tires, and Ryan Davis making a great debut, a very close race between him and Megalodon. Of course, the first time Spooky has taken the wheel of that Megalodon truck. But let's get the replay just to see who won this race and see if we need a photo finish. Spooky goes crazy, and we are going to need the photo finish. But what a close race. That was very entertaining. Earthshaker, and it's going to be Earthshaker taking the win. Ryan Davis making his debut will take out Spooky. And now we have another Fire versus Fire matchup. It's Spanky in Monster Mutt takes on James Wilson in Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog. Here's another debut for James Wilson here tonight. Let's see if he can take down Spanky as they both go green. Spanky with the early lead, and it's going to be Spanky all the way home as he will easily take the win against James Wilson in Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog. That is another win for Fire. It's not like there was another outcome, but Spanky will be the one to advance to the next round. James will not quite be able to get the advantage over him. As you can see, Spanky gets the advantage about half a truck length against James Wilson, and he will advance on to the next round. Of course, Spanky being on the regular season, he hasn't had the greatest performance, but maybe he can redeem himself over here in Superstar. Now we have our first Ice vs. Ice matchup of the night. Alex Richards and Zombie will take on Peanut in Maximum Destruction. Alex Richards, of course, being on the regular season, will he be able to continue what he does here? And of course, he gets a huge lead, and he rides the truck on the front two wheels in an amazing stoppie. Alex wins the race in style easily for him. I I do not believe that Maximum Destruction crossed the line. Alex Richards advances to round 2. And yes, you can see Maximum Destruction has rolled himself over on his lid. And let's get a replay of that. Alex Richards. Look at this guy. Comes down, gets a huge lead, lands on the back, and pops it into a stoppie and rides it across the finish line. Wild way to win, but it's a great thing that Ice has him on the team because there's a freestyle competition, so maybe he can redeem himself in that. And now we have another Ice versus Ice matchup. Nugget and Gravedigger will take on a debuting driver, Cyclops Hobbies, in Overkill Evolution. Both drivers are staged as close side by side. Gravedigger is going to roll over, and I still think he got the win. Gravedigger, he did one of those somersault things that they like to do a lot, and I do believe he got the win, but Overkill was right with him the entire time. So do not leave anything against Cyclops Hobbies. Of course, it's a debut for him, and Nugget is one of the most experienced drivers we have out here. You can see Gravedigger takes the lead in the beginning and never gives it back. He will take the win, and he will carry it on to round 2 to see if he can hold on for his team and maybe, just maybe, pick up a racing win. Overkill Evolution. Of course, that truck looking beautiful. I'm upset it's not making it to round 2. But another Fire vs. Fire matchup. Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend, the World Finals Racing Champion, will take on Anna Plank in Monster Truck Dalmatian. 2 World Finals champions go at it tonight, and Gravedigger the Legend had it won. But he clips one of the cars, and that sends him for a ride as Anna Blank is able to take the win over the World Finals 2 Racing Champion. Shaggy had that race won, but just look at what happens. He nosedives into one of the cars. It sends him up in the air, and that is just how it ended for Matt. Anna Blank will get the advantage over him. He will advance on to round 2. Excuse me. Of course, a driver who is not making his debut, Rainbow X and Spider-Man, his second appearance on the channel, will take on a veteran, Jimmy Ferguson in Avenger. Who's going to take the win? Light goes green. Both drivers going down. It's going to be close as Spider-Man will set down the veteran. The rookie has made a huge upset here tonight as Jimmy Bones has been put down by the newcomer. Jimmy is one of the most original drivers we have out here on the circuit, and he has been taken down by a man who is making his second appearance on the channel. And he had a clean pass going too. For what we saw there, Rainbow is going to be dominant in this competition. It's going to be nice to see that. But now, we have our final Ice vs. Ice matchup of round 1. Jevin Woodrow and Swamp Thing will take on the team captain of Team Ice. It's Charles Stevens in Radiator. Both drivers are side by side the whole way down. It's one of the closest races we've seen tonight. I'm not sure if Charles got the win, but Swamp Thing could be right there behind them. I have no idea. We're going to need the photo finish. The officials are on that, but what a close race between these two competitors. Jevin in a brand new Swamp Thing and Charles in a brand new Radiator. You can see they were side by side the entire time. It's so close, and I don't even know who got the win. And I'm getting reports the winner of that race is Charles Stevens in Radiator. He will move on to the next round. And now we are going to get the reports of the points. Team Fire leads round 1 with 50 points, and Team Ice will leave round 1 with 30 points. So as of round 2, Team Fire is leading points. Horsepower and Earthshaker, Monster Mutt and Zombie, Gravedigger and Dalmatian, and the Amazing Spider-Man will take on Radiator. I love how we only have one team versus team matchup. That's what this competition was meant for, but man, it's great to see it, and we're going to get that matchup out of the way with Ryan Davis and Earthshaker taking on Aiden Richards in Horsepower. Both drivers are staged to the line. They're close, and it's going to be extremely close as both drivers are upside down, but Ryan Davis is going to get the advantage over Aiden Richards in Horsepower as he crossed the line first, and he is advancing to round 2. What a race for the rookie. Ryan Davis is on a mission here tonight in his debut event. You can see Aiden just rolls over, and that gives Ryan the chance to take a win. Of course, he rolled over too, but he did it faster, I suppose. So, Ryan Davis will advance to the semifinals. And now we have our first team versus team matchup of round 2. Alex Richardson Zombie will take on Spanky in Monster Mutt here tonight. Both drivers are staged up at the line. Let's go green. The Zombie's got the early lead, but it's not going to work out for him all the way down as Spanky, with an amazing save at the end of the race, he will pick up the win after taking the advantage over Alex Richards. Spanky is on a roll here tonight. I think this is the best performance we've seen out of that man. Of course, he's got some new tires rocking here tonight. We're going to have to carry those over to the regular season because look at this. Alex messes up on the ramp, and that allows Spanky to pull off the win and an amazing save at that. Spanky will advance on to round 2 to face Ryan Davis. In our next matchup, Gravedigger and Nugget will take on Monster Mutt Dalmatian Anna Blank. These two have never met on the track before, and this is going to be the first time. Let's go green. Both drivers are close and side by side as Gravedigger's going to take a huge nosedive and give Anna Blank the advantage. That will give her the win, and Gravedigger will be put on the trailer, So now, as of this win, there are 3 Team Fire trucks in the semis, There's still one more matchup, but it's really not looking good for Team Ice as of now. You can see it was close until the ramp where it all separated as both drivers get on top of their lid, but Anna Blank gets the advantage of it, and she will move on to the semifinals. In our final round 2 matchup, the team captain of Team Ice will take on the rookie. Rainbow X and Spider-Man will take on Charles Stevens and Radiator. If Rainbow takes this win, I think we should induct him into the Hall of Fame as the man who upset the heavy hitters, and you can see it's going to be Radiator as he will get the advantage over Spider-Man. Charles Stevens has picked up a win for Team Ice as he will face 3 Team Fire trucks in the semifinals. Rainbow, you got to give the credit to him. He put down an amazing race against Charles, a world champion at that, and he guided his team last year to winning the points championship, that being Team Present. Man, Charles Stevens is on fire here tonight. He's in the semifinals, and let's take a look at the points. Team Fire ends round 2 with 140 points, and Team Ice will end round 2 with 60. It's looking great for Team Ice. As we get into the semis bracket, Earthshaker takes on Monster Mutt, and Monster Mutt Dalmatian takes on the lone Team Ice truck, that being Charles Stevens and Radiator. Monster Mutt Spanky will take on Ryan Davis and Earthshaker. Ryan Davis has been putting on a spectacular performance in his debut event here tonight in a debuting truck. So, who's going to take the win? It's going to be Earthshaker with the early lead and all the way down, I think at least. Spanky put down the throttle in the straightaway. He may have been able to come back and rip that win out of Ryan's hands. I have no idea. We're going to need a photo finish, I do believe. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's see if we can tell a winner. Ryan with the early lead. I cannot tell who won that race. We do have a photo finish, and it will be on our screen about now. It's going to be Earthshaker moving on to the finals in his first ever event. Man, as now we get into our final team versus team matchup of the night if Charles Stevens loses. So, Anna Blank and Charles Stevens, they're side by side. Anna with the lead. It's going to be close. But I do believe that Charles has pulled out and has gotten the win. We're going to need a replay. We're going to need something. Because Charles is on a roll here tonight, and I do think he was able to pick up that win. Dalmatian and Radiator, they were close. Who picked up the win? Charles Stevens is going to the finals. Now, that will make a finals appearance in both racing competitions of both Superstar Challenges for Charles Stevens. But here is our finals matchup. Charles Stevens and Radiator, the team captain of Team Ice, will face Ryan Davis and Earthshaker, the newcomer, the rookie, a brand new truck. This is going to be a great race to watch. Will it be the veteran, or will the rookie come out on top? These two have never faced before, as it is Ryan Davis's first event. And Charles, he's not even close to his first event. Will it be the rookie or the veteran? Both drivers are staged. Let's go green. It's side by side as of now. Both drivers are side by side. It's close. I don't want to call anything, but I do believe we have a winner. Ryan Davis puts down a spectacular performance against the veteran, but I do not believe it was enough. As we get into the replay, who's it going to be? I do believe we have a winner, and yes, we do. Team Ice has picked up the Superstar Racing win here tonight. But for the first time since March 10th, 2024, please give it up for your Superstar Racing winner, Charles Stevens in Radiator. What a way to end out the racing competition. Let's take a look at the points. Team Fire has 180 after racing, and with that win, Team Ice has 150 and is caught right back up to Team Fire. But now, let's get into freestyle. Here's the rules. The freestyle order is based on racing placement, and drivers will have 2 passes, and there is nothing else besides that. These drivers can do anything they want out on this track, free of cause. To kick off the night, it's Caden Wilson and Monster Truck Rottweiler will start off freestyle. Let's see what he can do. Takes his first pass down the track. He's going to get some big air and nothing much to offer, just a single pass. He's playing it safe. Let's hope he can pull off something nice in his second pass here. Of course, he's back up on the track. Caden Wilson, let's hope he can do something crazy here for Team Fire. It's not like it really matters. They have a great advantage in points, but he's still going to need to pull something off. He gets some nice air, and he's going to roll the truck over. Not much to offer, but still, it could be a pretty dominant score in the points. We'll see how everything else plays out. But Caden Wilson, with not the greatest run, but I'm sure it will not be last. Let's get the replay here of Caden Wilson's freestyle run. You can see he pulls off a nice pass, just playing it safe. Wants to keep that body, intact. I want to do the same thing. He gets some more air, but then dumps it over right here, right into a ramp. And that will end his freestyle run. We're going to see the score as it comes up now for Monster Rottweiler. The score is a solid 4. It won't be last, but it's definitely not going to be first. Now, here comes Megalodon. It's gonna be interesting to see if Megalodon can pull off anything interesting here tonight. The top, Caden Wilson. It's gonna be some nice air as he's gonna take a simple pass and he just launched that thing to the stratosphere. As he's not gonna do much, run into that little van there, and now he's gonna get himself staged for his second pass. It was some huge air though. You'll love to see it. Megalodon back up stage. Spooky is ready to go. For a second pass, he's going to come down, not with some huge air, and he's going to roll the truck over. Again, not much to offer. Just pretty similar to Caden's run there. You get some nice air into rollover. I don't know if we're going to get a score that's very different from Caden's. It might even be the same, which would put Caden still in first place. You can see Spooky, not much there. Let's get a replay on this air, though. He launches the truck. I'm not sure if that was as big as Caden's air. Someone's going to need to compare that. And here on the second pass, you can see not much. He just nosedives into that ramp right there next to the wall and dumps it over on its lid. Not much to offer for Megalodon again. Of course, we're going to get to the score here. The score to beat is Monster Truck Rottweiler, a solid 4. Your score for Megalodon is, it's going to be second place, another 4 put down on the board. Next up, it's going to be James Wilson in Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog. Another Team Fire truck making its way into freestyle here tonight. Let's see what he can do. He's going to launch himself and do a little, I don't know what to call that. I don't know that was interesting. Nosedive into the pod and then kind of a front flip type move. I don't know if that's what you want to call that, but it works. For a second pass, let's see what he can do. He's coming down, got serious speed. He's going to launch the truck, and he's going to pull off something there. That was pretty nasty there. It's definitely going to be the new leader. That was pretty nice. You can see Junkyard Dog, as we get the replay in the first pass, he came down, got some air, hit the pod. I don't know what you want to call that move, if you want to call it a front flip attempt or something, or somersault. I don't really know what to call that. And here on the second one, gets some big air, and then comes down, lands on that ramp, and just rolls the truck over in a pretty nasty wreck. Let's get the score here. Your score to beat, still first place, is Monster Mutt Rottweiler Kanan Wilson. Your score for Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog is... it's your new leader, a 5.3 for Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog. Next up is Peanut in Maximum Destruction. It's going to be interesting to see what this man can do out here tonight. Of course, he's no one to mess with because he is a heavy hitter out here on the track. He's going to get some air and just pull out a solid, clean pass. He's going to have to pull out something nasty and something crazy in the second pass if he wants to take the lead. But if he doesn't, I'm afraid it's not going to be a great score. He's got the throttle down on the floor. He's going to launch that truck and he's going to somersault it up and over. I don't know what the judges are going to think about that. Of course, that somersault move, if you do that in freestyle, you've seen how much it happens in racing competitions. I don't know if the judges are going to give him a benefit for that or if they're going to plague him for it. We'll see when the score comes up, but you see not much air and just a solid pass for the first run, and then here's the second pass, a somersault. I thought it was pretty nice, but I don't know if the judges don't like that or if they do like that. So we're just going to have to see what they think. Maximum Destruction, the score to beat is Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog, a 5.3. The score for Maximum Destruction is, a 3.9. The judges definitely did not like that somersault. Now, Overkill Evolution will come out onto the track. Cyclops Hobbies is ready to go. Let's see what he can do. He's got the gas put down. He's going to come down. He's going to do something there. Just lay the truck on its side. Looked like he was going for some sort of corkscrew. I don't know what to call that. Here we go for the second pass. I don't know how he's feeling after that first run. That looked like it hurt. But now he's going to go down for the second pass. He's going to launch the truck and he's going to do something there. That was pretty interesting. It looked like he got over, tried to save the truck, was not able to before the RII kicked in. That was pretty crazy there. You can see, launches the truck, lands directly on the side. Looked like he was trying to go for some sort of corkscrew or spin move, barrel roll maybe. Here's the second pass. He launches the truck, lands awkwardly, gets it on its side, tries to power through, but he cannot do it before the RAI kicks in. The score to beat is still Junkyard Dog, a 5.3. Your score for Overkill Evolution is 5.6. Give it up to your new leader, Overkill Evolution, Cyclops Hobbies. Now here comes Grave Digger the Legend, Matt Cheever. Of course, this man is no stranger to freestyle. He knows what he's doing. Out here on the track, he's going to launch that thing into a huge sky wheelie and end up rolling it over. That was a big jump. Gravedigger the Legend is going to have to get rolled over and put back up for his second pass, and here he is. Of course, he got a great sky wheelie. If he pulls off something crazy here, he might have a chance of pulling the lead. He's coming down. He's going to land on the pod, and nothing too crazy. Of course, he had a great first move, but the second one is what's going to plague him in the scores. And so he had that huge sky wheelie and then just rolls it over. As we look at the replay on this first pass, which was a beautiful and huge sky wheelie. Big air right there. You see, it was a great first one, but the second one is what's going to cause some trouble. Lands in the pod, just rolls over. Not much to offer there. I'm not sure if the judges are going to like that. The score to beat is still Overkill Evolution, a 5.6. The score for Gravedigger the Legend is a 4.7. That's going to give him third place. Not enough to take the lead. Next up is Avenger. Jimmy Bones Ferguson. Of course, this man is also no stranger to freestyle. He knows what he's doing. He's competed in this competition twice before. And he's coming down. He's going to get the nice sky wheelie, ride it out a little bit. Kind of replicating what Shaggy did. Shaggy, of course, got a more 90-degree angle, but Jimmy rode it out when he landed for a little bit. Let's see what he can do for the second pass. He's got the green light. He's coming down, and look at this. He's going to do the same thing that Shaggy did. Land in the same place, excuse me. And he's going to pull off some sort of breakdancing move there. I don't know what you want to call that, but Jimmy's going crazy in freestyle. I'm not sure if that's going to take the lead. I don't even know. The judges are going to have to consider that. You can see Big Air rides it out a little bit. That was a nice first move. Here's the second one. I'm not sure how the judges feel about crashes, about things like this. He comes down, has a nice sky wheelie, lands on the back end, it rolls the truck over. We're going to see what the score is. Of course, the score to beat belongs to Overkill Evolution, a 5.6. Your score for Lavenger is a 4.9, third place. Unfortunate, Jimmy will not be able to take the freestyle win. But next up is Horsepower. And you know, he's known for doing some crazy things. So let's see what he can do with freestyle. He's going to land on the pod. And Aiden is upside down now. Very quick turn over there. We're going to get right into the second pass. What will he do? Of course, I'm not sure how fond the judges are of crashes. I think they would like to see stunts more than crashes. So we're just going to see what they think of this next move. He's going to come down and he's going to hit a big crash. Wow. Of course, with the judges, who knows what they like? Who knows what they don't like? Who knows what they do like? Crashes could be one of the things that they don't like and plagues the drivers, but the drivers don't know that. But with a track like this, the best they can do is roll the truck over, so it really doesn't matter. A crazy crash here. Lands on a car and just from there up and over. Horsepower. The score to beat belongs to Overkill Evolution. The score for Horsepower is... It's close. Third place. It's a 5 for Horsepower. Not enough to take the lead, though. Alex Richards in Zombie is up next. Of course, he was very dominant in racing until he got beat. He's coming down. He's going to go sideways a little bit, and he's going to roll the truck over. That was very interesting. I do not know what I just saw, but I'll take it. For the second pass, he has a great first run. If he could back it up with an amazing second run, I think we'll have a new leader here. He's coming down. He's going to get some nice speed, and he's not going to do much as he drives right into the wall. Unfortunate for him, I do not think that is going to be enough to take the lead, as that second pass was empty. I don't know what you want to call it, but there's not much to offer there. Just a solid pass, nothing much. You can see this first pass was crazy. Gets sideways on the ramp, does a little bicycle up the ramp, and then rolls over. But the second one, you can see just a solid pass, nothing much, clean and simple. In my opinion, that should not take the lead due to the second pass not being too crazy. But if he had a great second run, I think we'd have a new leader. Yep, 6th place, a 4.3 for Zombie. Very unfortunate. Next up is Nugget in Gravedigger, this beautiful truck, one of the best looking trucks on the circuit tonight. Of course, he's going to get right into his freestyle run. What's he going to do here tonight? He's going to pull off a somersault, and I don't even know if you want to call that a somersault or a front flip. He was in the air for the majority of that move. Let's see what he can do for the second one. I think we might have a great score here. If he can back this up with an amazing run just like Zombie, we might have a chance to see a new leader. He's coming down. He's going to launch the truck, and he's just going to do not much. There's been a lot of drivers tonight that have had an amazing first pass, and then the second one is just, they just aren't able to pull anything off. Unfortunate for Nugget. As you can see, he was trying. He got speed. He tried to hit something. Of course, he was in the air for the majority of that. That's a front flip. I would classify that as a front flip. He was in the air for the majority of that. But the second pass is what's going to plague him. Nice air, but just rolls the truck over. Not much to offer. That is what's going to plague him in the long run. Your score to beat, still Overkill Evolution, 5.6. 5th place for Gravedigger, it's a 4.8. Not too bad. Next, the man that was going crazy in racing defeat Jimmy Ferguson, one of the biggest veterans on the channel. He had put a good run against Charles Stevens. What can he do in freestyle? It's not going to be much for the first pass. Maybe he's trying to play it safe and give us something crazy on the second one. But unfortunately, that's not how you win a freestyle competition. You have to have 2 crazy moves, both runs. Let's see what Spider-Man can do for his second pass in racing. Freestyle, excuse me. He's coming down, and it's not going to be much. He rolls the truck over. Again, I do not think that can take the lead. It's going to be either last or second to last around that area. Just too clean and simple. I'm not taking anything away from Rainbow. He's a rookie out here. It's his first ever freestyle competition. You don't blame him. You can see in the first pass, it's clean. It's one of the best clean and out of all the clean and simple runs we've had. That's one of the best right there. And of course, the second one drives up that long ramp and rolls himself over. Not much to offer there. It's going to be probably close to max D. Her score to beat Overkill Evolution, a 5.6. Your score for Spider-Man is 3.7. 11th place, a hit. That's unfortunate for Spider-Man. Of course, you want to see a better performance, but unfortunate. Next up, Spanky and Monster Mutt. Just Monster Mutt. He's going to come down. What's he going to do? He's going to launch that truck on a huge sky wheelie, kind of replicate what Gravedigger the Legend did. He's going to roll himself over. And just a sky wheelie, not much. He's going to have to do something crazy in the second run because he had a pretty good first one. If he pulls out something nice here, we can see a new leader. Coming down, it's going to be crazy. Oh my God. That was a wild move. And I do believe that definitely has the ability to take the lead. I don't even know what you want to call that. Was that a corkscrew? Let's get into the replay so we can try to identify that. Monster Mutt with a great sky wheelie gets perfectly 90 degrees vertical. And then you can see here spins the truck around. I don't even know what to call that. Like, you could call that a corkscrew attempt, I guess. I think we have a good chance of seeing a new leader here. Your score to be Overkill Evolution, 5.6. Your score for Monster Mutt is... It's a new leader, 5.9 for Spanky and Monster Mutt. Swamp Thing. Devin Woodrow and the brand new Swamp Thing is on the track. Let's see what he can do. He's launching that truck again. Oh my gosh. That looked like it hurt. He tried to save the truck, was not able to do it. That pod got in his way. For his second pass, let's see what he can do. The first one was not terrible. See what he can do for the second pass. He's going to come down, get some nice speed. He's going to land somewhere. I do not even know where he just landed, but he's going to roll the truck over. I think he landed on the pod, beating up that pod in his freestyle run here. I do not think that will take the lead, but I think it's going to be placed around the middle of the pack for the scores. You can see that was a pretty nice first move. Spins the truck around. But for the second one, it was just a rollover. And I don't know how fond the judges are of rollovers. They could not like them. They could like them. There's very different possibilities here. Your score to beat is the newly crowned Monster Mutt, 5.9. Your score for Swamp Thing, it's going to go to 9th place, a 4.2. Kind of low, in my opinion. Next up, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And a blank cut to the semifinals in racing. She put down a great performance. Will she be able to put a great performance down in freestyle? That's what we're going to tell here. She just destroys that truck. Rolls the thing over. We're going to get to the second pass real quick. That was a crazy wreck for the first pass. Horsepower, of course, had a crazy wreck too, and we saw how that went. So we're going to see what she can do here. Goes down, and it's not much. A clean and simple run there. She just wants to keep it safe. Of course, I'm sure after that first pass, she's feeling it. So I'm sure she just wants to take it clean and rest herself. She knows her team has the lead in freestyle, and she takes it simple. Of course, she destroyed the truck. Truck issues could even be plaguing her here because that wreck was nasty. You can see here she just takes it simple. Not much air lands on the side of the truck. It puts it into reverse, backs it up. Her score to beat is still Monster Mutt, a 5.9. Your score for Dalmatian is going to be 10th place, a 4.1. Now, our second to last competitor in freestyle. It's Ryan Davis and Earthshaker. He had a great performance in racing, made it to the finals of his debut. What can he do in freestyle? He's going to go crazy. And that was a huge wreck. He got some huge air as well. That was a big one. I'm not sure. Of course, I'm not sure how fond the judges are of crashes, but that was a great one there. He's going to come down for a second pass, get some huge air and a nice sky wheel. He's going to roll the truck over. I think we have a great chance of seeing a new leader here. In my opinion, I think that should take the lead, but I'm not judging. Very close. It's going to be a very close score. I know that for sure. You can see Earthshaker just with a crazy wreck there, and he doesn't even care. He just puts the throttle to the floor, launches it in the air, lands sideways, just rolls the thing all over the place. That man is chasing the world final spot as the winner of freestyle will get your score to beat. Monster Truck 5.9, your score 6.2. It could be arguable, but new leader, Earthshaker. And now your final competitor. Your final freestyler here tonight. It's Radiator. He's coming down. He's going to set something on. He's going to almost roll the truck back over. If he rolled that back over, man, that would have been crazy. Nice barrel roll wreck there. Let's see what he can do in the second pass. Will he be able to do something that can dethrone Earthshaker, or will it not be enough? He's coming down. He's gonna have a clean and simple pass. That's not what you want. I do believe. Actually, I think I know that's not going to be able to take the lead. The first pass was clean, or the first pass was awesome. You can see, comes down, gets sideways, launches the thing to the side, and almost pulls off a full barrel roll. Not quite. But for the second one, he knows he's won racing, and I don't think he cares about freestyle that much. You can see, backs the truck up. I do believe that will give the freestyle win to Team Fire. Your score to beat is a 6.2 put down by Ryan Davis and Earthshaker. Your score for Radiator, 4.6, ninth place. And that means your freestyle winner in his debuting event, Ryan Davis and Earthshaker, will take the freestyle win in his first ever event. First ever freestyle competition, first ever video on this channel. He will take the win. But we're not done here. We still have points to crown. So, at the end of freestyle, Team Ice ends with 340 points, a solid total. But the total for Team Fire, it's 390. Caden Wilson gets revenge on Charles Stevens. He will guide his team to victory. And of course, I think Earthshaker is the MVP of that team. Because, man, he made it to the finals in racing in one freestyle. Team Fire is able to get the job done here tonight. Ryan Davis is most definitely going to World Finals. So, congratulations to those 8. Of course, Caden Wilson being the captain. He lost it. His team lost last year, but this time he was able to get the win. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our Superstar Challenge for 2025. I appreciate you for coming out. Appreciate y'all for being patient with me. It's been a while, but there are big things planned. So, I appreciate y'all for coming out, and I'll see y'all next time.